back to Dolphins United, the platform for Dolphins. You heard me. We are back in the house. Got one for y'all today, man. The preview of the biggest game of the year so far. All right? So far. The last three, spoiler alert, are going to be the biggest games. Well, really, it's the next two. We'll see if the last one is, but it might be, it might not have to be. We'll see. But the next two for sure are the biggest games of the year. Starting off with the Cowboys coming into our house, afternoon game. All right, 4:25 game. Should be a doozy. All right, we'll see how that game goes. It's going to most of the nation. Should be a really good one. Let's see what my prediction is, all right? Before we do that, this is a reminder. Go watch my last video, okay? The video previous to the preview video. That video is titled, weirdly enough, the 2023 Miami Dolphins are frauds, ... with two of these, all right? That's the title. Go in that video. If you don't care to watch it, cool, fine. Scroll all the way to the end. Somewhere in the end of the video, I'm doing a subscriber giveaway. I'm giving away a hoodie or a champion jacket off my website, dolphinsunitedmerch.com. So what you're going to want to do is go to that video, check out the details for you to enter into the giveaway. Put it in the comment section. Lock that in, because by the time I do the recap video for the Cowboys game, I will not be taking any more entries. That'll be it. So if it's 5 people, they each have a 20% chance of winning. All right. Add yourself, add your name to the list. Go there to the video. Watch what you have to do, because there's a list of things that need to be done. 3 things. All right. If you've been a part of anybody's channel, usually I'll give you the first 2 right now. Because if you do it on this video, you messed up. You got to go and do it on that video. You can't comment on this video. You got to comment on that video. So like and subscribe. Then there's something else special that you have to do. Once you do all 3 of those things, all right, I will come in there with one of these emojis, all right, they'll let you know that you're locked in. All right, well, I'll tell you that you're locked in. And then we'll do the giveaway sometime, maybe next week, and then you'll receive the item a few weeks. It takes a while, all right? I don't have these things on hand. I print them on demand. So it'll take about 3 weeks to get to you-ish. You won't pay for shipping. You won't pay for anything if you win. All right, and it's a nice hoodie, a premium hoodie. It's not the cheap stuff, all right? It's the good quality. I'm not going to say it's not going to fade or nothing like that. Everything fades after a while. But it's a quality hoodie. You put this hoodie on, it's going to keep you warm. Now, the Champion jacket, it's more of a fleece windbreaker thing, but it is Champion, all right? And that's a popular brand, or it's been a popular brand over the last few years. So, if you like Champion apparel, then you'll have that on, and it does have the logo Dolphins United on it. Both of them have the Dolphins United logo. Of course, it's my merch, and I would appreciate you rocking it and sending me pictures if you win. But anyway, please do that, all right? Go watch that controversial video that I made, all right? Now, some of y'all are upset with me, right? Because you're clickbaited us, and we didn't think you were one of those, and that you would do anything like that to us. Listen, all right? YouTube is a weird place. It's a weird space, all right? First of all, it's not clickbait if I believe it, all right? I'm not trying to bamboozle people into watching videos, but you got to get creative on this channel. Or in this space. I have to be creative on my channel, and we got to be creative in this space, because there's something called the algorithm that will completely bury you, okay? And in order to be brought back to life, you got to have a little bit of controversy, okay? You got to create a buzz, and it kind of jolts you back into life, back into the good graces of the algorithm so that it can start showing your stuff a little more, all right? And that's exactly what I did. I have learned this game, okay? I know one of the things that sells, for example, is Tua. Say putting Tua's name, title, and anything, it gets you more clicks, all right? Now, I'm not just in it for clicks, but I do want the algorithm to start pushing my content more. So in order to do that, I make sure I leave a spicy title, which is true. It's not clickbait because I tell you why, right, in the video. But I'll leave a spicy. It might be a little spicier than you're used to from me. But understand, I got to play to the algorithm. That video was moving faster than my videos have been moving. Okay? Because I played to the algorithm, what the algorithm likes. All right? I'm being smart here. I'm a businessman at the end of the day. All right? So that's what that is. That's what that was. If you see a spicy video from me, first of all, I'm not going to clickbait you. I'm not going to give you some content and just completely pull a switcheroo on you, and I'm not doing none of that. All right? You're not going to get clickbait content from me. That's not how I operate. If I put it in the title, it's because I believe it. Or if I'm going to be deceitful about it, I'm going to tell you right away, right? In the title. Okay, I'm going to leave you, I'm going to put it in quotation marks or something like that to where I don't believe it, but this is what the media is saying about us, right? Something like that. But I'll let you know, like I'll put a dead giveaway. Still, no clickbait. Anyway, all right, I just got to put that out there because I want people that are coming in to understand the motives. Some people don't offer this stuff. All right, but me, I keep it real. I'll let you know straight up. I got to play to the algorithm because the algorithm's been burying your boy. All right, that's just the truth. They've been burying me. Now I'm a small channel, but I don't want them to bury me the way they've been burying me. So make the spicy title a little bit so that I can get back into good graces. All right, let's go ahead and get in. I spent way too much time on that, but I needed some of y'all to understand that. So we said it. Dallas Cowboys, all right? The Dallas Cowboys ain't that much different from the Miami Dolphins. If you put both of those squads together, they'll point at each other like Spider-Mans, okay? Like, we're pretty similar. Now, I'm not saying that we have the same type of offense or anything like that. That's the 49ers, all right? You put us in the 49ers offense side by side. Actually, we could do 3 Spider-Mans pointing at each other, okay? If you put us, the Rams, and the 49ers neck and neck offensively, right? Scheme-wise. It just looks the same. A lot of motion and a lot of certain things that each of us do, right? When it comes to the Cowboys, we're the same in the fact that there's always this hype around the team, and then the team seems to fall flat in the end. And we both have delusional fan bases as well. I said it. The Miami Dolphins also have somewhat of a delusional fan base at times. Okay, now we can also be very real at times to a fault, but so we're not as bad as the Cowboys because every year the Cowboys plan on winning a Super Bowl. Like every year, it don't matter if they were 3-13, 3-14, or 12-4 or 5, whatever it is. They think the next year they could have exited the first round of the playoffs, or they could have been the second pick of the draft. The next year, they win in a Super Bowl. All right? Dolphins fans, we not like that. All right? But if we decent enough, then we're going to be pumping our chests out like we got the best thing smoking. We got the best quarterback. We got the best running back. We got the best wide receiver. We got the best head coach, best GM, best owner. Like, that's us. All right? That's the type of people we are. And sometimes it's a little bit delusional, but we're not as bad as the Cowboys. But they are similar in the fact that we'll fall on our faces late in the season, and it'll be well, there go the Dolphins, Cowboys again falling flat on their faces. All right, well, it's about that time of the year where one of us we'll probably fall flat on our face on Sunday. All right, now, Dolphins, if you watch the video, I mentioned this. The Dolphins are 0-3 in games going in where the team had an above 500 record going into the game. Cowboys just recently got over that hump by beating the Eagles, who are struggling at the moment, but that's neither here or there. They're 1-3 in those said games. So the Dolphins 0-4. Oh, sorry, 0-3. Sorry, 0-3. Or no 0-4. We better not be 0-4 by the end of Sunday. 0-3 right now. Cowboys 1-3 right now. Are pretty much in the same boat where we can't beat the good teams. All right, now it was a divisional game that they won, so it does make it a little easier because you know those teams and this and that, but still they did beat Philly, something we couldn't do because we played Philly and we couldn't beat them. All right, they beat them. The Cowboys are coming into our house. They're not as healthy. They're coming off of a bad loss. Where does that look familiar at? The Dolphins weren't as healthy last week, and they were coming off of a bad loss, and we hung up 30 on the Jets and whooped they behind. We were upset. We came out and showed it. Didn't matter if Tyreek was there or not. Didn't matter if Hunt was there or not. Didn't matter if X was there or not. Didn't matter if Holland was there or not. We was going to get the job done. That's exactly what we did. Boy, do we need to be worried about the doggone Cowboys doing the same thing to us that we did to the Jets. Now, I'm not saying 30-0 because they're not playing a Jet-like team, right? But beating us because they were upset about getting embarrassed by the Buffalo Bills. We cannot allow that to happen. Look, I hate the Cowboys. Hate's a strong word, right? But I don't hate the players or anything. I just hate the organization. I hate the colors. I hate the stadium. I hate the way the fan base acts. It's all that stuff, right? I just hate the Cowboys. Like, I never liked the Cowboys. I don't like nothing about the Cowboys. None of that. This is the most important game of the year for me. All right? I got family members ready to disown me. If we lose this doggone game to the Cowboys, I can't look at them in their face if we lose this game to the Cowboys. All right? This is the worst game of the year to lose. Miami Dolphins, you listen to me. We have to beat the Dallas Cowboys. All right? It's a must. I can't take no loss to the Cowboys. I won't hear the end of it. Okay? Please, let's do our job. Not let them come in being upset about last week and whoop our behinds. Especially getting embarrassed by the Cowboys would be the absolute word. I promise you, I'm not going to hear the end of it. I don't like the Cowboys. I got plenty of family members that can't stand the Cowboys more than me. Let's get this dub. But how do we get the dub if we can get the dub, right? Because I didn't say I'm picking us to win. I'm just saying we need to win this game. Let's talk about it. Cowboys, like I said, have a lot of injuries. 2 offensive linemen may not play in Martin and Tyron Smith. I'm not sure how you say that. Both of those guys may not play the game. They're already out the defensive tackle. Nose tackle, by the way. He's not playing, okay? They have injuries at other positions, running back and things like that. Seems like those running backs are going to play, but they do have injuries, right? Miami Dolphins, we have injuries too. All right, and some scary ones. Hunt's not playing for the game. Tyreek Hill is injured. Achane is injured. Austin Jackson is injured. Mostert has a little injury as well. Then you have Teron Armstead, who's injured, right? We have a lot of guys that are questionable for this game, all right? Tyron Smith for the Cowboys, he's doubtful, all right? And then Martin is questionable, but they might not play the game. They might not be able to go, all right? We have guys on our side that's definitely not going to be able to go. Holland is questionable for the game. he might not be able to go. So we have a lot of issues here, a lot of health issues and on both sides, and it's going to play a factor in the game. This is the game where you want to be all systems go, and unfortunately, we're just not going to be able to be all systems go, and probably neither are the Cowboys. It sucks, but both of us in the same type of position when it comes to that, right? Offensive line is reeling. We both need wins. We need it a little more than they do, let's be honest. But we both need wins, and we both have to overcome the media, right? Like, the media has been against the Cowboys all year because they know that, the accident waiting to happen is right around the corner, right? Like Stephen A. always likes to say. And then for the Dolphins, we haven't beat anybody according to the media, right? We haven't beat anybody of real substance. So they're waiting to see if the Dolphins can do it. And if they can't do it, then here comes the talk again, right? And then we got 2 weeks left, and they're against winning teams, and nobody's going to give us a chance, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Both teams, right, have to overcome these injuries this week. I would say, are a little bit better for the guys that may be available to play, because looks like X might be able to go, and looks like Tyreek Hill might be able to go. Although, still got the cough, guys. Although Holland probably won't go, and Hunt's not going to be there for sure, Tyreek Hill and X coming back is beautiful for us, okay? Those are the two guys we need. They got wide receivers over there. They got Cook. They have CeeDee Lamb. They got a decent tight end. Those guys, they get the ball. Dak, I think he's maybe the second highest rated quarterback on PFF. Very accurate. He's toned down the turnovers. All right. Offensive line is really good when they're healthy. They have 2 guys that might be out, so that's going to be a big problem for them. They can run the ball a little bit. Passing wise, Dak, he's been on point this year. So they have a potent offense as well. They can put up 30, 40 points on you. We got our hands full. So having X back is going to be very helpful for us, because now we don't have to shadow as much. We can leave those guys on the island with CeeDee Lamb, who's going to be in the slot, by the way. So Kohu's going to get some run on him. But we're hoping that Jalen Ramsey, which doesn't seem happy about not being able to shadow this week in his press conference or in his talk with the media, let me say it that way, he didn't seem happy. All right, so it seems like in the game plan, and he said it, that's not the game plan for me to shadow him. I don't know if he's just trying not to give nothing away or if he really feels like that, but the body language is saying that he's telling the truth, but I hope he's lying, right? Because we're going to need, we can't allow on either side, right? CeeDee Lamb to line up in the slot on X's side or on Ramsey's side and them not be on him in the slot. You might get away with it for a couple plays, but Kohu can't guard him all game in the slot. Because the same thing that happened against Stephon Diggs will happen against CeeDee Lamb. All right? CeeDee Lamb, a bad boy. He top 5 bad boy. Okay? Don't allow him to get off in the doggone slot. And that's where he like to line up, because he's going to give you, he's the route running technician type. He's going to give you all the cuts and head fakes that you need to get open in the middle of the doggone. He be open in the middle of the field about as much as Tyreek Hill. All right? So him, you better make sure you have one of them elite corners, which at this point, X is not as elite, but I'll still take it over Kohu, of course, on him in the slot. You better. Okay? Then you got Brandon Cooks, who can get you deep. He got the tight end. All right? We already know Baker's not going to be playing, so now we need Duke Riley and we need David Long to hold that down. They can run the ball, like I said, all right? They have Dowdle or something like Dodal, whatever his name is. And they have The other running back, number 20, I can't remember his name right off the top of my head right now. It's escaping me. But he's a really, really good running back. He's got speed, can catch it out of the backfield. They like I said, they have a potent offense, right? So we just got to make sure we bottle up CeeDee Lamb, bottle up the run game, get pressure on Dak. All right, he got sacked last week, I think 3 or 4 times. We can get to Dak, especially without Zach Martin and Smith. We can get to Dak, okay? We got to make sure we keep that pressure on him the same way we did against the Jets last week. Although they have a way worse offensive line, we got to keep that same pressure on this week. It's going to be on. Honestly, I need pressure up the middle too. So, and we got to stay in our lanes because Dak can get out and run and he can extend plays. That's one of the things he's decent at. So we got to make sure we do that. But Sealer, Christian Wilkins, I need that pressure up the middle. All right, make your money this game. Well, Sealer got his money. Christian, make your money this game. All right, Chubb had 3 sacks last week. You close to 10 for the year. You can get it this week. Go get you 10 this week. All right, go get 3 of them. Go pick you 2 up, 2.5, 2.5, 3 of them. All right, go get you that. All right, well, if you're at 8, go get you 2. All right, minimum 2. All right, I want to see 2 from Christian Wilkins this week. All right, unless they're running the ball a lot. Then I need 3 tackles for loss if they're not passing the ball like that. Even though I don't see why they wouldn't. All right. I need a big statement game from Christian Wilkins and Sealer. And then I need Chubb to just continue to do what he was doing last week. Whatever you did last week, continue to do that, my brother. Don't revert back to what you was doing against the Titans because that's not what we need. And then we need Andrew Van Ginkel on the other side to give us something this week. All right. And on top of that, not just him, but we also going to need Agba to give us something as well. Okay, JPP is no longer on the team. Don't think or know for sure if he's coming back on the practice squad, and maybe they can elevate him for the game. Don't know about that. We do have one of the guys that we had last year get back in Ingram, Melvin Ingram, come back up on the team. So maybe he can be available to do something. Either way, defense is going to have to play a big role in us winning this game. That's why I'm spending time on it. They're going to play a role in us winning this game this week. All right? It is a home game. We have lost at home now to the Titans, but we're still at home. We're in our throwbacks. Okay? Now, I don't know. I've heard this thing about us wearing teal at home and people having a problem with that. I got a problem with that too. I said it. Actually, I'm like, dang, why are we wearing teal at home? Like, we shouldn't wear no teal at home. Unless it's them bad boys, though. All right? That's a different type of teal right there. We have them on, miracles happen. Hink, hink, wink, wink. All right? I don't mind these ones. I got a problem with the regular home jersey that we wear for preseason at home. I don't want to wear them jerseys during the year at home. Wear them on the road. All right? But these bad boys right here that we only pull out like twice a year, I don't got no problem with these at home. All right, so me personally, these ones right here, got no problem with them. Let's put these jerseys on and let's keep our, I don't know if we got a streak going, winning streak or not, but I know it's way better than it is. I know we got more wins than losses. Let's keep our record clean and up there in the 800s. All right, where it's at, probably, because we probably lost once in them jerseys since we've been wearing them. And the last time we wore our white throwbacks, okay? I don't know if y'all remember this, 2003 or 4 or 5. One of them, I can probably 2004 or 5. When we played against the Dallas Cowboys in them doggone jerseys, all right, the white throwbacks of these, I think, with the gray face mask. We played against the Cowboys at their house, Thanksgiving game, and we whipped them like 35-7 or 10 or 14. Chris Chambers had 3 touchdowns in that game, and he was just balling, right? Let's hope these doggone throwbacks, although it's a different color, can give us the same type of luck on Sunday. All right, let's go to the offensive side of the football, man. I know this is a little bit longer video, but we're down to the end of the season. Why not do a 20-minute? When it comes to the doggone offense, going up against that defense. Oh, my gosh. All right, let's talk about the Cowboys defense first. Whew. Micah Parsons. Lawrence. Beast. Okay? These two guys, they get after the quarterback. Micah Parsons is the best defensive player in the league, in my opinion. I'm going to tell you why. Doesn't mean that he's always consistent, because that's part of the problem. He's not always as consistent this year. And maybe you would be more inclined to give it to a guy like Bosa in San Francisco, or give it to Wyatt with the Steelers, which it would be a good choice. But I said Watt. Sorry, Watt. But Micah Parsons is a full package, all right? The man can literally play corner if he wanted to. He runs a 4.4. Some of y'all are like, well, that's not that fast. Well, I mean, the man's fast. Okay, he's legit fast. He can pass rush well. He stops the run. He's just a beast of a quarterback. I mean, I'm sorry, not a quarterback. He's just a beast of a player. Okay, we need to stop him at all cost. Teron is going to be playing. Austin Jackson, hopefully he can go. If he can't go, Lamb is going to be there. Pay all out attention to Parsons. Here's what's going to happen, right? We're going to be running all these screens. If we're running these screens, that's fine. No problem with that. We better not allow this man to get in the lane and Van Ginkel us for 6. We can't allow him. He's that athletic where he can pick one of them things off and take it back. We got to find him and be on him at all doggone cost. Okay? Find 11 and plant him on his backside with chips and crack blocks. Do what you got to do. He can wreck a football game. All right? He's been licking his chops to come get Tua. He's been licking his chops because him and Tyreek got this whole playful trash talking thing going on. All right? And they're boys. But this game, they're not going to be boys. Okay? And that brings me to another point. Let's segue into that. Tyreek Hill going to have a big game. Not because, you know, he's running out of time to get 2,000 yards. All right? I'm not saying it because of that, because I don't care at this point. But because we need him to. Because if he does, then that puts enough fear in the defense to keep them back. That allows us to run the football more. We need to be able to run the football. All right? If they can keep Stephon Gilmore and Bland just on an island and they shut down the passing attack, they're going to be able to stop the run. They're going to stifle our offense. We can't allow that. We need Tyreek Hill to put every bit of fear in those guys where they can't stop him for nothing, and then we can run the football, and then we can win this game way more convincingly than if he doesn't have a big game. All right? And if he can't get off like that, it needs to be because Waddle is getting off. Okay? So one of those two need to happen. Him or Waddle need to go off. I'm talking about 180 off. A touchdown for 70 yards off. Like, we need to go off on them boys. Keep the defense back so we can run the football. Because we're going to need to be able to run the football. Because how do you keep Tua out of sacks? Well, if you don't have the ball in his hand, he can't get sacked, right? Run the football. All right? Hand that bad boy off. All right? Now, I'm saying that I want Waddle or Tyreek to go for 180, but that need to be on like 20 attempts, max. All right? So that means all air yards. Like, we throwing it down the field, okay? Screens and down the field shots. Because 20 attempts should be all Tua got if we doing the thing right. Run the doggone football. We got to run it. We got to hand the football off and we'll be fine. That's all we got to do is just hand that bad boy off and we'll be okay. All right, we'll be okay. If we could do that, I promise you guys, we'll be just fine. We will be just fine in this game. No doubt about it, in my opinion. All right, now I'm a little over 30 minutes in this doggone thing, so let's get to the end of it. All right. Injuries. If there's some unexpected inactives for the Dolphins, it's going to be a long day. Same for the Cowboys, though. Okay? This is one of the toughest games I've had to pick this year. My disdain for the Cowboys can't supersede reality. And I'd love to just flat out say we're going to smoke these guys. But let's just be honest. We're evenly matched. And that's the truth. That's the real. But nonetheless, in my prediction, I got us winning this game 38-28. I just feel like we're going to make a statement against the Cowboys at home, wearing these throwbacks, that we're gearing up for the doggone playoffs, and anybody in our way is going to catch hell. I just hope they prove me right. Please, Miami Dolphins, prove me right. Let me know how you feel about this game in the comment section. It's a tough one. All right, it's a tough one. In my opinion, we finally dispelled the fact that we can't beat teams over 500. This team is 10-4, just like us. We're going to beat them, and we're going to be moving on to Baltimore, where we can hopefully clinch the division. I'll holler at y'all in the next one. Y'all already know what it is. Fins up. Till we die. See y'all in the recap video. Go to my last video. Into the giveaway. I'm out.